Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe, and everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Keep in mind that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. So let's have an empty cup when we're on Lady Noble's channel, and we really want to see what's up. As you see, I have the pendulum board out. We're going to do one question, one answer. Then we're going to tap into the tarot. Okay. I was about to say Torah. Okay. Okay. So before we begin, let's take 2 deep breaths here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And you can hold for 3 to 4 seconds, whatever is best for you. So let's go ahead. Breathe in. Release. Breathe in. Release. Okay, I'll give you a moment to think of the question you would like to ask Spirit before we begin. Okay, now we'll begin the pendulum. Okay, collective. The consistency that I have is between the months of January, February. We have Aquarius, we have Pisces, we have Monday, try again, Thursday, zodiac sign Leo, Virgo, letters STUV, between August and September. The consistency that I have, collective, is between the months of January, February, Aquarius, Pisces, Monday, try again, Thursday, between the months of August, September, Virgo, Leo, STUV, and Thursday. So take those answers and according to whatever you ask. Only you know your story. Only you know what you ask. The divine, you know your life. Okay. All right. So put those answers where they need to fit for you. Okay. Hope you all are doing wonderful. All are welcome on this channel, and all contributions are highly appreciated. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your support. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I will sing to you on key or off key. Thank you. I appreciate your like, shares, and subscribes. Everything on this channel is spiritually led, though you can view for entertainment purposes only. If that's how you feel it, all are welcome on this channel. It does not matter what your belief system is. We are not here to pass judgment or tell someone what they should be worshiping, practicing, studying, or believing. It is none of my business, baby. These are just spiritual notifications, okay? And take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else, okay? All right. Ace of Swords is sticking out. So the Ace of Swords is sticking up in an upright position here. And this is just basically representing that there's information coming to you that can't be denied. So maybe there's something that you've been decisive about, but this clarity that is coming to you, this information, this is something that can't be denied. Maybe you were in denial. I don't know, collective. Maybe you're someone who were in denial regarding a person, a relationship, something about yourself. Maybe people are passing judgment on you, who you are, choices you've made in life. Maybe there are some very opinionated folks who are around you. This could be family. This could be friends. Okay. This could be your lover, your woman, or your man. Okay. But either way, you may have been speculating that there could be For someone, not everyone, that there could be some kind of deceitful nature or behavior, Spirit is saying. And maybe you've been in limbo or indecisive. Maybe you've also received people bringing you information, but you didn't want to believe it. Okay. But there's something about information coming to you that is going to be confirmed, collective. It's going to be undeniable. Okay, undeniable, this information. It's going to be information that's going to, if you were in denial about a relationship or something that you are involved in or having going on in your life, it's going to put you into action. So this may be about someone, I'm picking up clearly, could be being unfaithful, someone you're dating, someone you're married to. This could be your spouse, male or female. Um, yeah, whatever you've been speculating or assuming, maybe you've been accused of assuming with the tower energy here. Yeah, there's information that's coming to you that you may not like, but it's going to help you. You may not like receiving it because if this is your partner or spouse, that can be hurtful, especially if you have true love for this person or there's been a lot of time spent building this connection. But this information is going to put you in the energy of movement. And when I say movement, this is not you flaring up at the person bringing you the information, because they're bringing receipts and they are bringing proof. Now, you have free will. This is just a spiritual notification. You know, there are people who choose to stay even if you had all the evidence, even if they saw it with their own two eyes. But this information, Spirit keeps saying, it's going to put you in the action, and it's like news that you could use. You'll no longer be confused about whether you should go or stay. You will know whether, this person is trustworthy. Something about maybe you've had some kind of disagreement or argument. Someone brought you some information regarding your spouse in the past, and you were telling them that you trust them and they trust you. You have a trusting relationship, but you're going to be very shocked and you may be hurt and devastated. But Spirit is saying that's temporary. That's temporary. It may be painful, but that's temporary. But you're going to be grateful at some point. They're not saying when, and we're not supposed to know every step. Okay, that's natural. But at some point, you're going to be very grateful and thankful with the high priestess energy here that you have received this information, even though it may hurt, even though it may have you sad. There's going to be a point where you're going to possibly wipe your tears or stop being angry and say, you know what? That's okay. Now I know what direction I'm going on. I know not to waste my time. I know maybe you were planning to marry this person. You now know this is not someone you want to be with for the long haul. This is not someone you want to build a family with. This is not someone you want to get a mortgage with. Okay, because I'm picking up for some of you, you had plans with this person. And you could be also someone who has planned a wedding. Maybe you've even made down payments. I'm hearing something about 3 years in advance. You know, people do plan in advance for weddings, especially big, extravagant ones. Okay. But you may have paid for some things in advance, maybe like hall rental. There are people who even pay for cakes in advance. I'm picking that up. Maybe you've put a deposit down on a dress. Maybe you're having something made, a design for you. That's for some of you, not all of you, but for some of you who were planning to get married, there's something about some deposits have been made, but now you know to stop with the deposits. Contact, see how much of that deposit you can get back. If not, chop it up, take it as an L, but you know to move on. But there's going to be a point where you're going to be grateful and thankful that you didn't choose to stay and continue with this person, because whatever is coming to you is something that's going to make you feel embarrassed. This is the read, okay? This is the read, okay? This is the read. It may make you feel embarrassed. You may feel humiliated. You may find out this person has been maybe dating or seeing a friend, a close friend or relative of yours. You may feel like, you know, your dominion, your control, the authority that you had, the authority and the bond that you thought you had in this relationship has been crossed. It has been shattered. And not only is it just about someone cheating, but it's something about the timing, the length of time that this person has been deceitful, the length of time that this person has been cheating or having this affair is what's, and who it is, and the length of time. Spirit is saying for some of you who they're cheating with and the length of time that they have been cheating with this person. So I'm picking up, this is someone close to you. This is someone who has ate at your table. This is someone possibly whom you have confided in as well, collective. This could be a best friend, this could be a relative, a sibling. Okay. Oh, well, I'm hearing aunt. And someone's aunt. Oh wow. Now I'm hearing parental figure. Okay. People have different things going on. Everybody have different lives. Okay, so it's who it is and the length of time that it's been going on. You're going to feel like this person has been basically living a double life. You could have known this. For some of you, you could have had maybe disagreements and arguments with your spouse regarding whether or not they were cheating. They could have denied it and covered their tracks. I'm hearing covered their tracks very well. Okay. This could be someone with the Knight of Disc here. This could be someone who's always claiming to be at work, always claiming to be busy and occupied. This could also be a relationship where this person provides for you very well. Anything that you ask for financially, maybe they pay all the bills, maybe they spoil you, they wine and dine you. This may be part of the reason why you chose to stay, male or female. Men go through things too, ladies. Okay. Yeah, but things are being revealed. It's time for you to move forward and come out of the darkness. It's time to come out of stagnation. There's nothing holding you back because this information is not going to, it'll no longer be a rumor. It'll no longer be speculation. It'll no longer be, I'm just wondering. I'm picking up someone could have dreamed. You could have been dreaming, collective, that your spouse is cheating on you. Maybe you woke up and told them, I dreamed you cheated on me. You ain't cheating, is you? Oh no, baby, I love you. I love you. That kind of energy for some of you. What else collective need to know regarding this relationship and moving forward for their highest good? Can get something for their highest good. One second, ladies and gentlemen. This may make you feel like a fool, but Spirit wants you to focus on the positive. And the positive of this, whether you're heartbroken or not, is that you now have clarity and you know what direction to go in. And so maybe, basically Spirit is saying that consider, that you have your truth and you can pick and choose. You can pick to leave this connection, go through your healing process, leave opportunity for new energy to date you or possibly marry you, clear your space, sever ties with this person. We cannot control the actions of others, but we can control how we respond. So you may be embarrassed, as I said, but when this information comes to you, because it's about who they were cheating with and how long they've been doing it. And for some of you, this is someone who has who you talk to, who you confide in. They eat at your house. This could be someone's godparent of their children. Okay, someone you even trust with your children. And so the Fool card also represents having courage. So Spirit wants you to have courage and be brave to sever ties for those who choose to do so and go on your healing journey, because there's a lot of greatness that is awaiting you. And oftentimes when we experience life, because no two humans are alike and we're very different, and we process our pain and anger very differently, there are people who go through traumatic or tragic or situations that impact them negatively, and they're unable to get back on their feet. They're unable to recalibrate their energy. And Spirit is saying this is not a moment where you have to stay in the darkness. This illumination and information is coming to help you. And so it may feel like a burn. It may hurt you emotionally, but you will get through this and you can get through this. And so you may have grown accustomed, when you're in a relationship for a long time, there are certain things that couples do and they become addicted to doing those certain things when you're with someone for a long time. Not just their pheromone that you're attracted to. It could be simple things like maybe your going to bed routine. Maybe when one go to bed, both of you go to bed, or maybe you like, I don't know, wrapping your leg around their foreleg. Maybe you like laying a certain way in the bed, the way they smell. This Spirit is having me bring this up because in relationships, you have those special things that couples share. Certain perfumes or colognes that your spouse may wear, certain things that they do, whether it's doing sexual encounters, whether it's a fleeting moment. But the sacredcy in this unit, in this relationship that had unity once, is broken. It's no longer sacred, That's one thing, especially when people want to bring people into their relationships, into their bedrooms, whether their spouse knows about it or not. The sacredcy is broken, and that's a whole new frequency and vibration that also allows other things to be destructed and destroyed, like your finances, your career, the harmony in your home, tower moments that are consistent in your life in different spaces and places whenever there is a relationship and there's a third party involved. And it's not about your belief system, but it's just the truth. Once that sacredcy is broken, it shifts the energy, it shifts the narrative of the relationships, and things do change, and the impact is felt, having a lot of disharmony, discord with your spouse. Yeah, that energy can be felt. And so this information is coming to you not so you can stay in darkness, but so you can step into the light, be brave, have courage, and move on. There is a lot of newness that is awaiting you. And no, this relationship is not a mistake. It is not a mistake. It was meant to happen to show you something about yourself, and also, show you who you are, how strong you are, what you are willing to tolerate, and what you're not going to tolerate. And so you are basically, you can consider this to be preparation for the right person. So don't block yourself off from moving forward. In this read, they're conveying this information is coming to open up new opportunity for you, to give you the push. At the beginning of the read, I was mentioning that this information is coming that can't be denied. And I also mentioned that maybe people have came to you in the past with gossip or slander about your partner, and you didn't believe them. And there's nothing wrong with that. You don't want to go off of just something that you hear. But this information is going to come with receipts, and it's going to be non-denial. It's going to make you take action on your own. And when I say take action, in the right way, not being destructive or nothing like that, but in the right way, letting your partner know it's over, I know, and we don't need to talk. And I see someone actually making preparations like ASAP, immediately, if it's moving your items out of their home, I see you actually doing that. Even if you have children, I see someone actually packing and moving, like calling your family, not to fight or anything, but calling your family and friends like, hey, I'm leaving so and so, come help me put my stuff in storage. I need to separate. I don't need to be around this ninja, male or female. So you will be, for some of you, I'm seeing somebody moving fast too, like, oh, no, 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 no. Like, no, you didn't. No, we're not gonna break up and make up over this one, not my sister, not my cousin, that kind of energy, okay? Yeah. And so with the Four of Cups, this information, for some of you, like I said, you've been speculating, but you had no proof. But now the proof is coming, and the proof is coming to help you. You're going to feel like it's to hurt you and why me, but you're going to see why this was meant to happen. It's meant for you to transform your life into something good. You're going to be grateful. You're going to be grateful. With the High Priestess out here, this is someone who has gained a lot of wisdom, also well balanced. So you're going to be grateful and thankful, and you're going to heal. You're going to overcome the situation. When we're in our feelings and emotions and we're hurt about anything, we can't see the forest for the trees because we're stuck on our emotions and what was done to us, and different elements of the event. But with this energy here, this is energy of you regaining, your stability here. This is the energy here of an earth angel. You could have Sagittarius placement in your chart somewhere. This is you balancing yourself, connecting with source and the divine. And as you see, that angel there has two liquids that he or she is pouring from one container to another. And so that's you sorting through your healing journey, taking your time with yourself and being easy on yourself so that you can heal and move forward and get back out on a dating scene, and get back to spending time with those whom care about you, family and friends, and just living a fruitful life, okay? And not living a life where you're closed off and blocked off from the world because of one event. There are many people who go through a lot of devastating things in their life and they overcome them. There are some who don't, like I mentioned earlier, but you will overcome this. You're going to have the courage to be brave and overcome this. And you're also, like I said, you're going to be so grateful. You're going to say, I'm glad that happened, the experience and the reveal. Because now, when people reveal to you, collective, when they cross you in a wrong way or a way that hurts you, it lets you know where not to waste your time. So you have to be grateful and thankful for that. When people show you who they are, if they're not for you, the universe, divine, your ancestors, however you refer to your belief system, will reveal these things to you, who's for you and who isn't for you. And so you won't waste your time, your space, your energy, and so you have to be grateful and thankful for that. That's a bit of optimism. We're here to learn and grow, so we're going to experience different things, but it is not to hurt us. We are to find the light in the situation, the light, just as this high priestess is having a spiritual bath here and has those candles lit and just connecting, going within and relaxing. We're here to learn and find the light in dark situations. This person is looking up at the moon because there's light there. There's dark down here, but looking for light, okay? Okay, because light does attract darkness, okay? It does. No, this was up here. It does attract darkness. And so, some have an understanding of that and some do not, and that's okay. We are all different people. It's okay to have different belief systems. On this channel, we don't debate or argue. We don't waste our currency on that. All right. But either way, you're here to learn and grow. And this is not to hurt you. The message is this is not to hurt you. This is to help you. So whatever experience that you've had in this relationship with this person who was cheating and very deceitful towards you, and the receipts that are coming to you. Okay, so oh boy, somebody's gonna find out their spouse even co-signed for their side piece to have a car or finance a vehicle or something. Someone may find out there's another home where your spouse goes with the side piece and like live another whole life. Okay, so basically everything that you experience while you're in this relationship, those were lessons to be learned. So moving forward, in this new relationship, whoever comes your way in the near future, you'll be able to recognize when things aren't right, and you'll be less likely to take things lightly. If something isn't right, you'll be having that conversation with your spouse and making sure that they're not hiding anything. You won't be oblivious. You won't be naive. You won't be pushing anything to the side. I mentioned earlier, because it does happen, people grow comfortable. You could be dating someone who spoils you, okay, pays all the bills, and you have grown accustomed to the comfort of that. Who wouldn't? Let's be honest and let's talk about it. This is real life here. This is not the pump fake, fake, fake. Who wouldn't want to be in a relationship where they don't have any financial responsibilities because they're connected to someone who's able to do that? Okay, so for some of you, not all of you, this connection could have been a relationship like that where you had no financial responsibility, and it's not because you don't have money, it's by choice. Maybe your spouse say, hey, I got all the bills, you keep your money to yourself, and you have grown accustomed to that. That allows you to save, that allows you to move how you want to move, and this person gives you whatever you want. Okay, that's for some of you, not for all of you. And so when you're in a relationship for a long period of time, or they're doing things to make you comfortable, sometimes people have a hard time pulling away because it becomes a conditioning, a mindset. Eventually, it's nice to reap those material things, but we know material gain is just illusional. Material wealth is just illusional because it'll never sustain your soul or your spirit, nor will material things make you happy. Okay, because I'm picking up on someone who has every name brand, shoe, clothes, purse. You travel, you have a beautiful car, you may have two vehicles, big beautiful home. You have everything a person could hope and wish for, but there's still sadness there. And there is a lot of days and nights that you are alone and have been alone for several years. A depressing, sad energy. You've been in this darkness for a long time, and it's time to come out of that. And so that's what I mean when material wealth is illusional gain, because it'll never sustain your soul. Material things will perish, they won't last. They don't have a lasting effect. It's kind of like a kid asking you for a certain toy. It doesn't matter whether it's Christmas, anything. And as soon as they get it, they play with it for what, a day or two, and then it's under the bed, it's in the corner, or either just forgotten about. That kind of energy. Okay, it's like a climax. It's a fleeting moment that keeps you on the chase in the loop. So some of you may have been conditioned because of the situation of the relationship. And for some of you, um this could be just those fleeting moments could have had you addicted to this person. It is the truth. Let's talk about it. This is what we do on this channel. We talk about the truth here. It might just be the sexual encounters. It may just be the climaxes, the fleeting moments that has you or has had you in this connection that you knew this person was not telling the truth. You may have stayed, but you were addicted to those sexual moments. It happens, male or female. You could be a male, and it could be a woman that has you addicted. This could be two men, two women, or this could be a woman addicted to a man. Either way, you know, you like the way the milkshake shake. Okay, it happens. It's real life. What I'm speaking of here, and Spirit is having me convey this message. There are different reasons why people stay in relationships, and sometimes it is financial security. For someone, you could have a moment or have in your life where you felt financially insecure. That is nothing to be embarrassed about. It happens. The things I speak about things that people think about, but they're scared to say. So that happens on this channel. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'm pretty sure you love the vibe. Tell a family, friend, or foe, or all that you know, okay, so they can be privy to these spiritual notifications. There is enough space in this place for everyone to be notified. But either way, it happens, where people are financially insecure. It happens when people are sexually insecure or just insecure within themselves. There's many reasons why people stay in relationships that they know the person is not going to ever be faithful, but this person has something that looks like glitter to them. And then once they're accepted into that connection, they find out, it's not all that, but for the time being, forget it. I'm going to go and settle. At least I ain't got to pay no rent. At least I ain't got to pay a car note. At least I'm getting an allowance. At least I'm traveling. At least I can lease my car and switch up every year or two. It's different reasons. Okay. And sometimes people have addictions as well. And that person could be providing for that addiction. This could be any kind, whether it's a substance, whether it's a vice, whether it's a sexual, whether it's an addiction of any kind. Okay. So, yeah, it's just a message. It's life. People are going through real life situations. And if, everything, not if, but everything on this channel is spiritually led. And so the only way I can convey the message for those who need to hear it is how Spirit channels it through me. So you may not like, the message that you're hearing because I'm not putting a cushion around your ego. But the goal is to give confirmation, because there are no coincidences in this world. Confirmation, because who's ever watching, if you on this channel, there's something here for you. And if this is not your read, this is someone that you know. This could be a friend, a family member, a co-worker. Maybe there's someone who's been confiding in you and talking to you, like, girl, guess what? Oh man, I need to, you may have a friend or somebody that that is going through this. And so this is confirmation. Okay. All right. This is just a spiritual notification. Tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. Okay. And so, having the courage to stand up for yourself, stand your ground, practicing self-preservation is just what this reading is talking about. Spirit is simply saying there's information coming to you. You're not going to like it at the beginning, but you will overcome it. You will get through it. And you're going to be so grateful because somebody is actually planning a wedding. I keep picking that up and like putting deposits down. Okay. RSVP in a hall, maybe catering, people require deposits. Someone's getting a dress designed or, a special way, and yeah, you don't want to keep putting those deposits down. And this is someone you don't want to move forward with, because when these receipts come through, I also picked up, it's going to feel embarrassing to you. They're not showing me what, but it's going to be embarrassing. So this could also be a situation where oftentimes in many relationships, whether you're married or not, A person will be big headed. Yeah, I think they got their thing on a string, and my relationship is this and that. And I'm not saying that there aren't healthy marriages, because there are. I'm not saying there aren't healthy relationships. There are healthy relationships. Believe it or not, there are people in the world who are faithful, loyal, and dedicated. Happiness is a real thing, collective. But on the flip side of that, because duality exists in all things, there are people who are experiencing everything that I am speaking of. You know what you can take, what you can't take, and you know what you are enduring. And so moving forward, there's no reason to even try. They're telling me to say this. Someone may not like it, but oh well, you'll get over it. For this person that's planning the wedding, your spirit team is saying, don't you dare continue to move forward. If you do, I'm not telling you what to do. The message is, don't you dare try to keep moving forward with your planning, because if you do, you can, because you have free will. It's going to get worse, not better. That's not for all of you, that's for some of you. So there's someone who's been planning and putting money down, and I'm talking about big money in the thousands, down here, there. If you try to push through this and say, "Oh, I'm a marry this person anyway," to try to make it look, it's gonna get better. Uh, it's going to get worse. Okay, this is someone, um, male or female, who really just isn't interested in commitment, or either they don't know what commitment is. This could also be someone who could have been brought up where they haven't had examples. That's no excuse. It's all about honesty, in my opinion. If you don't want something, just say you don't want it. If you do, you do. But this could be someone who was brought up, your spouse, this cheating spouse, and not shown examples of what love is, okay, what respecting your spouse is. This could be someone also who's just not, wow, spiritually connected. Now that was deep. That was deep. And here's wealth. As I said, this is someone who's very financially secure and they are successful. They may be a cheater, but yeah, they get into the bag. They're a wealthy one. And yeah, you may also find out that the lifestyle that they're providing you, they're providing for many other people as well. Okay? Yeah, so. hmm And so with the activist energy here, the Princess of Swords here, there will be, with this Princess of Swords here, there will be communication about what you have going on. It's natural. People gossip every day. Spirit is saying, don't focus on what people are thinking about you. If you're choosing to leave this person, just focus on, leaving this person and whatever needs to be done, getting your things, relocating, and finding you a peace of mind somewhere. They don't want you. I'm picking up something about an argument, a confrontation. This could be one of their side pieces, male or female, whomever you're going to find out, or whoever brings these receipts. They may try to keep in contact, take my number, we can talk later. Be careful with that. Whoever brings you these receipts, it's okay to listen. It's okay to hear them out and look at the proof that they have. But there's something here about someone's going to want to try to create some kind of confrontation with you. Now, they're already bringing you evidence, but it's like this other person, this third party, wants to fight you, collective. They want to fight you. Maybe they shared with this person that they're going to marry you, for those of you who are choosing to move forward. And you're like, oh, I'm not about to marry this person, but it doesn't matter. This third party feels like you're the one that's getting more than them. But this third party is aware of you. For some of you, it could be a family member or someone you know. It's going to shock you and embarrass you. But yeah, this is what I was saying, and it slipped my mind. This information for some of you is going to be um like showing up and going around family and friends, to gatherings, barbecues, weddings, birthdays, holidays, whatever this is. Everyone's always having a good time. There's a lot of laughter, drinks. It's a great time. But everyone knows that your spouse is cheating except for you. So for some of you, that's what this energy is going to be like. The evidence that is coming is going to confirm that yes, they've been cheating. They've been doing it for a long time. For some of you, it's someone you know and close to you, but also you're going to find out like your family, like I'm getting a large group of people knows and been knowing about this for several years. That's for someone in Pacific, and it's going to make you not only, this is for the one who's going to take action, and this is the person I see in my third eye packing boxes and calling your family like, come get my stuff and put it in storage. I must leave right now before I slap this ninja. That kind of energy. You're you're not just cutting this person off, you're cutting your whole family off because your family knew about it. You may even find out that this person has like went on dates to your family's house, kind of real messy, sloppy energy. This is like someone with a baby daddy or baby mother, and your baby daddy or baby mother pick up their side piece and go to your people's 4th of July barbecue kind of energy. And your people don't tell you nothing. And they treat this person like the guest of honor, making them a plate and ask them, do they want to take an extra plate home? And do you want to drink? And oh, yeah. Diabolical, diabolical. Ooh. Yeah. A lot of heavy energy. A lot of heavy energy. This is the read though. But you're going to find your magic, okay? And you see the infinity symbol in this picture here. So you're going to find your strength. You're going to find your courage. You're going to find your magic. And whatever this person is giving you or was providing, you're going to no longer be interested, okay? And so source is saying you will be provided for. Don't feel or think because, maybe this is the first relationship where you dated someone who was extremely wealthy or very giving. Sometimes that happens, male or female. Maybe you've never been in a relationship or an encounter where your spouse provides very openly, very, very giving. Okay. Yeah, this person got some dough. Whoever this is, they got the money, honey. And maybe you've never experienced that before, but Spirit is saying you're gonna create your own 10 of Pentacles. You're gonna create your own money. You will be provided for. So don't feel like this person is the end all be all. And in my opinion, I believe this is just my opinion, okay? It's just like, your bum, everyone has one. People often feel, I believe I said it, but I'm being told to say it again, that just because, you fall in love with someone and it could be real love. No one can tell you how you feel, when you really care about this person. You finish each other's sentences and you sleep on the phone and fall asleep and can't wait to see them. They can't wait to see you and they tickle you before they tickle you kind of energy. But it doesn't mean that this is the only person in the world that you'll have that kind of experience with. Someone needs to know that. Yes, it was good while the getting was good, but don't feel, whether you are a male or a female, that this is the only person that can give you that pleasure. That's the message. Don't feel that this is, and when I say pleasure, I'm talking about all levels of pleasure: financially, emotionally, sexually, stimulating you, making you laugh, being, something about intellect, very intellectual. That your partner can be very versatile. I'm getting business energy. This is entrepreneur. This is someone who could possibly own a lot of property, houses. They're connected. They have a lot of different things going on, which creates a lot of streams of income. But don't feel this is the end all be all. This is the end of you being in the dark and not knowing the truth. This is not the end of your life. This is not the end of your love life. This is not the end of happiness for you. This is not the end of favor and opportunity. You're about to go on a healing journey. You have passed the test for those who are moving forward. And, the divine is moving you on to the next level, because when you leave any unhealthy connection, you send out the signal that you're ready to magnetize newness in your life. But when you stay, you send out the signal that you're not ready and the darkness remains. The darkness and the pain remains. It gets worse when you stay. It doesn't get better. Oh, after I'll get married. No, 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 no. It is what it is. Who you marry is who you marry, and who you choose to cuff, even if it isn't marriage. This could be someone who had a live-in spouse or someone they're just dating as well. You can't expect to change people. People have to change on their own. You can't force people to be what they're not ready to be. Okay, so and you have to just be honest. It's just about being honest with yourself. Only you know. Nobody can tell none of us in the world what makes us happy. We're the only ones who can honestly look in the mirror and really or sit with ourselves and know what we like, what we don't like, what makes us happy, what makes us sad, where we want to see ourselves in 3, 4, 5 years. What is it that we're willing to tolerate? What is it that we're not going to tolerate? No one can tell us these things. So Spirit is saying, just be honest with you. This is about you, collective, whoever you are, being honest. But this is not the end. Don't get tricked. There are many people who have been tricked to assume and think when they experience heartache or a tower moment of any kind in their life, whether it's the transitioning of a loved one, whether it's the loss of a job, homelessness, breaking up, cheating. People assume when these tower moments come in their life that it's the end. It's not. We have to stop putting a period where God wants a comma. Spirit is not done with you. Life is not over for you. It's just beginning. And it's beginning in a different way. Don't allow the ego to make you feel like you can't thrive or survive because someone else was not able to recognize how beautiful you were, how wise you were, and for you who are choosing to move forward, you're going to be very proud of yourself. You're going to be very shocked and surprised because some of you are going to pick up new skills, talents, and abilities within yourself that you didn't know was there, or they're saying you forgot. So maybe there are some kind of, this could be some kind of skill you have. Maybe that you've put off to the side, something you used to do. I'm getting someone used to do hair and they just stopped once they got with this person. Maybe you used to be a barber and you just stopped and put the clippers down. All of a sudden you may pick these skills back up, and you never know where your goal lies, and it can expand into something beautiful for you, metaphorically speaking, even if I didn't name your skill. Okay, so this is the beginning. This is not the end. We're here to learn. We're here to grow. So when these moments come that impact you, that makes you feel sad and devastated, this is not the end. You need to say, whenever you're going through a tower moment, oh, I'm about to go to a new level. Straight up, because that's what it is. Closure has to happen. Ending has to happen. Things have to be dismantled. Clarity has to be received. Right now, worldwide, everyone on many levels are receiving a lot of truth and a lot of clarity. There is no more, I'm about to say it, conspiracy about anything. Everything is up front and in your face, and no one can deny it. And it feels good for many people to be vindicated. It feels good for people to receive their justice. It feels good for those who were called liars to now just be looking like, yeah, I told you so, and get a good laugh because, when you go through these moments, you need to know this is not the end. This is the beginning. And yes, to have your heart broken, be cheated on, it could be heartbreaking, but it's the beginning. And also the divine and sometimes the universe will orchestrate different situations so that the right person can come into your life. And so the information that is coming is not because you're not loved. It's not because you're not worthy. No, you're not being punished. That's not why this is happening. Oh, okay. No, this doesn't mean that you're not attractive. This doesn't mean you're not sexy enough or you don't know how to put it down. When a person chooses to step out, cheat, lie, or be deceitful, collective, you need to know, and I'm going to give it to you straight. Those are actions of their own. That has nothing to do with how good you move around or stroke it or poke it. And yes, I said it. It has everything to do with them, not you. It's about them. It's not about you. It's about them. It's not about you. And so when people get angry, they get mad, they'll say, oh, you don't know how to do this. Oh, I cheated because so-and-so. You don't know how to make mac and cheese. You don't use red skin potato. People say a lot of things that are hurtful to cover themselves up, to try to defend themselves. What Spirit is saying with me bringing this up, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the lies. Let a person say what they want. If you have someone who is body shaming you about your weight, or you need to lose weight, you don't look the same since the baby. You don't look the same since I ain't looking at you no more. Goodbye. You know, you need to know that these actions are about them. They're telling me to say it again, and it's not about you. This is the beginning of your life. It is not the end. It is not the end. And you also need to know that the fact that I'm speaking to those who are choosing self preservation and leaving this connection because they know it's not going to get better. Okay. They're not in denial. You need to expect when this cheating spouse know that you are leaving. When I say no, you're moving your stuff out. All your stuff is gone. You didn't transfer your mail. You're not talking to them no more. They only know about you because maybe friends say, "Oh, I seen your ex." That kind of energy. They're going to say all kind of things. Spirit does not want you entertaining it. They want you to chill. They want you to chill, relax, pour into yourself. Never mind gossiping about them, and because people are going to come to you. This is for somebody Pacific. People are going to be coming to you, especially when they see you in motion and actually leaving. Let them talk. They're going to talk. Let them say whatever. Don't defend or explain a thing because you're moving forward with your life. You have clarity and clear direction. And what you thought you needed, you no longer want. What you thought you needed, collective, you no longer want. And you could have been someone who was all that in a bag of chips to this person. And you may reflect on that. All that is natural. That's part of the process. But allow the beginning to begin for you. Allow the new energy to begin for you. As much as I mess these cards up and I keep fixing them. So allow the new energy to come in. Don't block it. Don't stop it. With the magician here, there's something very magical that's about to happen in your life, Your skin's going to clear up. You're going to look good. For some of you, you might start hitting the gym. I said you're going to take on new skills and hobbies. For someone, you could have been a gym freak. You could have been someone who loved your health, your well-being. Maybe when you got into this connection, you kind of drifted away from your routine. Maybe, you started off 4 days a week, then it went to 3, then it went to 2, then it went to, what, forget it. You drew comfortable, but I see someone picking up skills, new skills, new skills, new hobbies, I don't know. Maybe you're going to be a flamethrower. I don't know. Ooh, okay. Maybe you're going to get into entertainment. Hey, it's your life. Go for it. Go for it. Yeah, so it's time for you to gather in places where you can build in fruitful situations only. So moving forward, especially for the person who's going to find out that family and friends has been knowing about this relationship and has been even allowing the spouse to hang out with the family, with this person. Don't allow anyone who's coming to you while they know you're in pain, or they know you're on a healing journey, or they just know you're trying to progress forward. Anytime someone comes to you with gossip, guess what? That kind of energy, the bone carrier spirit is saying that is also be prepared to cut some people off. I'm not going to tiptoe around it. You're going to be cutting people off because it may be frustrating for you, but spirit is saying don't feel bad about that. Whether they're family, friends, maybe these people you went to school with, you've been known for a long time. Because if they're bringing gossip and they're bringing, more things to create more pain, and you're trying to heal, and you're trying to move forward, that's not conducive to your well-being at all, okay? So we have the Prince of Swords here, and it has a hacker on here. So this hacker energy could be someone maybe trolling you on social media. This is normal. I'm telling you, when you choose to really leave this person, like I said, your mail isn't coming there. All your items are out of their home. You're not kicking it with them. You're not sleeping with them. They can't touch you, smell you, sniff you. That's really how you get them back. Yeah, I just said that. If you want to get somebody back, cut them off and just don't deal with them like for the rest of their life. for the rest of their life. And if you're someone who socializes or deal with their family members, cut that off too. Cut that off too. You have to cut off complete access. But there's something about social media. They could be trolling if you have a social media account. Just about everybody is on social media. People have their pets on social media, which I think is cute. There are dogs and cats with their own following. But there's something about someone may try to harass you on social media. This could be one of the third parties, because for some of you, you're going to find out it's several people they've been cheating with. Just want to kick up some dust. And you may be saying, I'm not even with this person. Why are they harassing me? Because they have nothing to do. I wouldn't even respond to it. I wouldn't block them either, but I wouldn't respond to it. But I darn sure wouldn't block them. Let them watch. let them let them watch. Say, yeah, we can be kinky. Go ahead and watch. But give yourself your justice, okay? Give yourself your justice here. You could have Libra placement, sun, moon, or rising, or somewhere in your birth chart, okay? In this temperance energy here, give yourself justice. Give yourself a chance to heal, recalibrate your energy, and allow the new energy, new friends, and for, maybe new family, okay? Every family doesn't have to be blood related, okay? New energy. Spirit is saying new energy is going to come into your life. But allow yourself time and space, and have no guilt. If you need to cut someone off and out of your life because they're negative and they just want to have conversations about what your ex is doing all the time, they must go. They must go, because they're tainting your energy. You don't need them to tip your scales. Okay, you're working on healing and balancing and living your best life and giving yourself nothing less than the best.